once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I tell you what, truly, today, praise God, I feel ready for today. I don't know if I look ready, but I feel ready. And holy cows, brother, another new day. Blessings, chatters, greetings, Jack, Frank Monday, Mr. Murphy. Greetings, blessings, salutations, love, right? We got another glorious day in Old Peking and here in West Baltimore. I'm ready to say happy Monday to us all, man. And let's not forget the optics are always high around these parts, baby. I think it's still Monday, isn't it, for me? Whatever. Happy day to everybody, man. Whatever. The day started 12 hours ago, probably more than that for me. But you know what? When is it too late to get ready? As long as you get ready, isn't it time? I mean, if you're time, it's time to be ready. I mean, it's all the same thing. Praise God, man. This is what I realized. Half a century of living brought me to realize some pretty simple and obvious things, right? Life will bring pain and suffering, right? Sometimes it's you got to go through some discomfort and pain in order to get that growth and achievement. So choose your pain. Choose how you're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable in the temporary situation, right? Knowing you're going to get through it. Or are you going to get comfortable with your suffering? See, there's a big difference between the discomfort of growth, which is what we want to find, right? Growth begins at the edge of your comfort zone. So step onto your comfort zone, step out a little bit, right? Press on that and get comfortable in there. Not knowing exactly what to do, not knowing exactly how to be, but willing to learn, willing to listen, willing to fall, right? There's a big difference between the discomfort of growth versus the suffering that comes from coping in order to survive. Each of us, we have the capacity to really lower our standards for ourselves and what we'll accept from others around us. If we think it'll help us survive, help us make it. So choose the path that brings your heart, right? Your heart of hearts. Choose the path for you that brings your heart excitement and comfort, right? Comfort in you and excitement for the new you, for the growing you, for the future you. Get comfortable in that unknowing. And baby, you can have so much fun in life. I'm telling you. Oh, I'm telling you, this is the way to live. And it is the way shown and taught by many others, but truly lived out by the chosen one, Jesus. Today, the topic, the idea, feel ready for today. I know a big part of today and the live streams in this Jack Talcott channel, it's, what's going on? What's Jack going to say? What's Jack going to do? I realize it. And then there's a lot of people who join, they click the link because they want attention. And they know that somehow Jack kind of gets some attention, good and bad. And so they know that by drawing onto me, they can get some attention with me, and they got to divert the attention from me so that I guess people will be saved. For those who have been around or may not realize, I'm kind of presenting my view of some of the arguments against me. The point is, there's a method to me, to this Jack Talcott guy, and I'm figuring it out. I'm learning more and more each day by just simply kind of paying attention. You said it. I'm not sure if it's in the same context, but I kind of lock in to the life and the beingness of being with life in the moment, right? Lock in for yourself, right? Engage you into you and who you are. Who are you? If you don't question you, how do you know who you are? If you don't give attention to you, how do you know? We've got a world that profits from stealing and capturing your attention. And guess what? Old Jackie boy's a little guilty of that myself. I realize that. Because I do want your attention, but I assure you, my heart is pure. The reason I want you to sacrifice your time, your attention to try and understand the words that I'm saying, because I think if you understand me a little better, you'll see what I can see conceptually, right? Visually, mentally. And in that mental vision, maybe your heart can explore the kingdom that I've been discovering, right? This kingdom of God that's real. It's here and now, right? It's just waiting to be identified and captured and to be embodied and expressed and realized. And I know it's available. I just don't know what people need. God does, though. And so today in the Jack Talcott live stream, I feel prepared, well prepared to receive whatever comes forth. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for a lot of things. See, the one note I wrote down today, we can unpack this into so many different ways, right? Realizing the mind you have, the mind you possess can easily possess you if you don't master you and separate you from your mind. Realize who you are. You're beyond the mind, you're beyond the body, you're beyond any limitation or excuse. You're nothing but awareness, awareness of being. And that's pretty special because not everyone and everything has the awareness of being, at least not like you. And depending on how you see you, how you look at you, and how you look at the world around you, well, that's a reflection of what's within you. And so the whole point of religion, spirituality, the path of enlightenment, the path of whatever, all of this stuff, self-development, self-mastery, individuation, actualization, becoming, right? It's all the same thing. The purpose of religion is to grow in your faith. And to grow in your faith is to grow in your love for who you are, right? So that you feel special and loved and forgiven and filled with grace. See, and if you're filled with grace and goodness, aligned with God and the way of Jesus, what are you losing? Right? What are you losing by being more kind, more generous? Yeah, you're taking a risk. Sometimes you're unappreciated. Sometimes life is cruel. Sometimes life is unfair. So what? What's it matter? What's it matter as long as you know the way that things are? Just accept that, okay, sometimes life is unfair. Sometimes people are rude. Sometimes people are downright cruel, but it doesn't mean that's all that they are. Sometimes people misunderstand one another. Doesn't mean that enemies have to emerge. The note I wrote down today, and that we can truly unpack if we want, is regarding the mind, right? The mind that you possess and that can possess you, what it does. The mind predicts and explains, the mind divides and analyzes. It doesn't actually, well, it does a lot of things. Let me not minimize. But the key to the mind is learning to trust, okay? Because in your trust, in your feeling of trust, in your feeling of, peace, with trust comes a peace. And with a peace and a trust in your being, in your presence, in your body, in your nervous system, your mind expands. And your awareness increases, right? Rather than the immediate threat, the immediate danger, your mind will expand. How? Through the conscious, right? Realization, breath work, and release, and you just be present and grounded, and you just pause instead of react. If you teach yourself to pause and reflect again, you can take control of this mind, the monkey mind that can drive you nuts. It'll keep you awake at night. It'll break your heart. It'll just ruin your day from thoughts and imagination. If that's a problem you face still, you can help you. The answers are within you. It's really more simple than people want to believe. I'm just glancing at the chat, and you know what? I friggin' appreciate a lot of you. I really do. And some of you are just so filled with energy of, I don't know, but I'm gonna welcome. I'll drop the link for those who are present and want to join. I realize that is a big part of this Jack Talcott thing. Who's Jack going to entertain today? What are they going to bring? And I did share this, title this, Monday Chats with Jack, and space for most others to share. Most are welcome with me, but there are some, man, they've just proven that they're not worth my time or attention. And it's like, what do you do with that? And something that I do want to address is my sound. I think my sound is actually better than it was, and the mic that I was using isn't even working. This is actually the sound from the camera. For those who have been regular, you remember I had some real cruddy days where choppy and stuff. And I think that was my microphone going out. But hey, we've got a guest here, and I don't want to procrastinate. Welcome back, Illumitami, Panel Waste Management.
Hello, Jack. Jack, did you say when is it too late to prepare?
No.
In the monologue, did you ask when it's too late to get ready? I'd say when the head is crowning.
Well, you know, there's always time to get ready until it's too late. You know, the idea is to prepare oneself.
Do you know why maternity classes tell parents after a woman's water breaks not to have sex?
I do not.
Because somebody has.
God bless. You're right. Tom, that's why we have all these stupid rules on the books. You can't ride a donkey naked down Main Street, right?
Yeah, in fact, people, are you saying having sex after a woman's water breaks is not the stupid thing?
No, that is, I would assume that's not the wisest thing. But
so we have to put don't drink bleach on bleach bottles. We have to put signs that say the ice might be too thin to walk on. And you got to tell people not to have sex after their water breaks.
I know. We've created a world of dumbasses where we've got to put warning labels on everything.
and tell people to be careful when they're leaving. Because if people don't tell me to be careful, I just like dive out into traffic or something.
Isn't it absurd? Isn't it absurd some of the things that people do, Tom? I agree with you. We agree on much. We really do. We've got one in the back, a guest in the back. Stephen, I'm still not interested in Stephen whatsoever.
Let him up.
No. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate that.
Let him up until he pisses you off. Because I don't get to talk to anybody on my own channel anymore.
He's never apologized to anything.
It's
I mean, he's been nasty.
It's too late.
What's that?
It's too late to apologize.
It's never too late to apologize, especially when you're honest. Especially when you're honest. See, that's another part of the brainwashing, Tom. In the music, the media, they taught us, oh, you got to be heartbroken. She cheated on you. Oh, you can never forgive. You can never get over it.
I think it happens.
What?
I don't think they instruct us to be heartbroken. I think it's a thing that happens.
Okay, yes. And this is the thing. Through programming, they take these tendencies, these possibilities, and they expand them. They normalize them so that everyone feels heartbroken for so long. Huh?
Actualize them.
You know what? I just realized I do sound like an insensitive prick sometimes.
Maybe you just are an insensitive prick.
I think I am. It's very possible. I've been working to get better at that, Tom, and I encourage you.
You're around people like Flow State and Wizard that find some Medal of Honor in denying their feelings.
Well, there's something to be admired from that, right? Because it keeps you more grounded and stoic in some regards.
Do you know how everybody says how sensitive I am?
You are sensitive, like
it's
me.
My superpower.
I know, me too, but it's also our kryptonite. We can fucking destroy ourselves.
It's why I'm always bitching about something 3 months before the rest of the community finds it a problem.
I could see that about you because you've got an awareness and a mind that picks up patterns, and you recognize things that maybe others don't. It is a gift, but because you can see it, it's frustrating that others can't. I understand that part too. Okay? And that's where our gift can fuck us up because we get angry because others aren't getting it. And I've seen that between you and me, man. We've done it with each other.
The class is too slow and I have to act out.
I get that. I found different ways. I distracted myself without acting out. Actually, I manipulated the teacher into letting me go so I'd get out of the class and I wouldn't cause a disruption. I remember doing that.
Is Christos in the chat?
What's that?
Is Christos in the chat?
I saw him earlier, but not for a while.
See if he chimes in.
Well, Christos,
he probably just Talcotted through, right?
Sorry, what?
He probably just Talcotted through, like, peace and blessings to the panel in the chat, and then he went to another show.
Could be. That very well could be.
Look at these glasses. They're like riffraff glasses.
We live in such an amazing time, right?
Yeah.
The quality is duplicated and replicated, but sometimes it's hard to know. Should you spend the money on a name or should you just buy the trash that looks like the name?
I just
hope for the best.
Well, I don't buy things. I just come across them.
You discover. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tom, I get you. I don't judge you for your situation. I actually see what you're doing. You've consciously made the choice. You're living roofless. I haven't. If I called you homeless, it was probably to piss you off.
Do you know what another aspect of it is that people probably don't realize? It's another form of fasting, because fasting
Yep.
isn't just food. Any fleshly thing that you abstain from is a fast. So I'm fasting from indoor comforts, except for when I'm at storage, hacking
You may,
bikes.
you may have shared it, but for how long? What is your plan to
I
fast
don't
from
know.
the comforts?
I just read the thing as I go. Like the same way I come across things that give me my style, I just consider it God. Like that whole year of traveling, he was giving me red and black clothing, red and black things. Even found another red and black backpack last night. Can take a camelback and stuff.
So you're doing what you can to follow the signs. That's what I'm hearing. And there's something in scripture about that too. Walk by faith instead of sight, something like that.
Well, it's part of the thing I would have got into the day I was triggering you in the Viking with Jesus calling us sheep. It ends like whenever I get through all the points, it ends with we know our shepherd's voice. Because there's a place in Europe where hundreds of shepherds bring all their sheep for water and food, and all the sheep go down in at the same time. They're all mixed together, and you'd never be able to tell them apart. But when each shepherd calls for his sheep, they all hear him and go to him, just his sheep.
Isn't that remarkable?
Mm-hmm.
The connection that God has given us, man with the beasts, with the animals. God has given us so much goodness and so much talent. How do we know when the path of discomfort is really what we need, or just self-sabotage?
I mean, is a Shaolin monk self-sabotaging when he's conditioning his body?
In ways, there is a sacrifice to everything. I get that. I do. Here's I want to be blunt and honest with you, right? Because I think that's what you deserve.
I treat people like that because I expect to get it. Yeah.
Well, because of the emotion, I recognize the anger. I know it, right? And I know the injustice and I know the unfairness in the world. I don't know it from your perspective exactly, but you and I see a lot. And there is a reason that God brought our paths to cross. We're quite different, no denying that.
But you were saying the thing that it doesn't make Christians doomers or give ups, but whenever you were saying like it doesn't matter, whatever you go through, whatever happens, that's what I'm trying to tell you, why we don't have to end wars and why there's always going to be suffering and plagues. It's like the objective is eternity. Like this 75-ish years, yeah, it seems like a lot, but ultimately it's a drop in the bucket. What's a man if he gains the world and loses his internal soul? Like that's why Jesus didn't end slavery, because slaves knew they could just rejoice in knowing uh, they'll go there when they die. And that's so they'd be like doing the field work, having all their time used for somebody else's profit, and they still had joy. And they were never free.
I am confident that Jesus had the wisdom to know what he was supposed to battle, right? And his path of setting the slaves free was the direct path, right? He went to the masses and he says, hey, well, it wasn't just him though, too, because there was also John the Baptist. Repent from your sins, right? And so God brought this forth for mankind to learn, to trust. And man, I can see a world, I can envision in my mind what God might have envisioned, a world filled with human beings, filled with love, like Jesus, where everywhere, right, it was filled with people who loved and served one another, following his ways. Wouldn't that be
But I
beautiful?
even have to wonder how it will be when Jesus rules for 1,000 years, because he's still going to give Satan a short season after the 1,000 years. So that means not everybody on the planet will be down with the JC ruler.
I have a theory that it's easy to reject, but please consider the idea. I believe that what God could be doing with me and with us, with the Mandela effect and all these other things that are going on, what I believe God is showing us is, just because it's been predicted or written as a probability does not guarantee the outcome. God brings the outcome.
Yeah,
We're
that's
here
what
to
we
serve.
heard of. Okay, you got to understand that when Isaiah was writing about specifically Belshazzar, Nebuchadnezzar, and these kings and what would happen and how these lands would be overthrown, they weren't called those names yet. And it was still like
Right.
hundreds of years away. So he wrote that stuff down and then people watched it happen. And so we still have revelations. We still have that. But that's what a lot of people don't get whenever they say writers of the Bible were spread out by like hundreds of years. Exactly. And when Grok analyzed all the books, they were all writing in a code pattern despite never having met or corresponded with each other.
Isn't it
That's
fascinating?
incredible. Well, it's the one true God.
And that's where we agree. We've had our disagreements, but we really are brothers. We've got a number of things that came up, and I don't mean to deflect from you to the chat. But someone
Let's
did ask.
let's go get a bike, shall we?
All right.
All right.
All right. Someone asked about this. The
It's like 80 degrees in Denver today.
how much?
I mean, it might not be exactly 80, but it feels like it's 80 degrees outside.
Okay, I believe that.
Let's go get a bike. Join me.
Do you have any interest in this? A cuckable Christmas in the Panelverse?
Who's that? Is it Doug?
Raging Tomatoes' new release, I guess from yesterday, I think.
It's your
Yeah.
show. She's garbage, but it's your show.
What's that?
It's your show. I'm not a fan of hers. I think she's kind of a slow cuck. I think she's garbage.
Well, it's she's
She's
talent.
still dating my circle. Is she still dating my circle?
I have no clue, dude.
And
No
what do you-
clue.
Talent.
Your
What's that?
audio, man.
I know. It might get better outside.
Okay. All right. Here. I don't think Sarah would mind. I'm a fan of the work. I didn't watch the whole thing. I did see that apparently I'm featured in it in some way, and she's kind of highlighting the Panelverse. So the link is in the chat. I'm going to play some of this for us. Here we go.
It was the night before Christmas when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, except for this dude. We don't know what he was staring at, but he kept looking hard. Ugh. But just next door, there was a party going on, a Panelverse Christmas out on the lawn. Wait, what's that noise? He said. So he ran next door, leaving his wife in bed. I'll show them, he thought. The power of the cockable. This is my shot. He ran so fast, then he bumped his head. Now visions of the panel verse danced in his head. Red one is coming dreaming about Christmas. Dipstick the brown-nosed reindeer knocked a kiss a lot of ass. It's the most wonderful troll of the year. I'm not Indian. I'm not Indian. Last Christmas I gave you duckies. The very next day you threw them away. This year, save me from tears. Like I'm totally going to give them to someone better. Duh. Don't want no sense for Christmas.
Like a joy to the world, 'cause the Lord, he has come.
Robbie the fat man, he got angry at the trolls. And he got the final standing, and the panelers made fun of his nose.
In the name of the Father, I cast you out. No, the power.
Flow, let it flow, let it flow.
Oh my God.
And then he awoke. What a wild dream. The power of the panel verse is here, so it seems. So he got himself up and walked back to the door. Sadness he felt with his heart on the floor. I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll have a blue Christmas without you. What a weirdo he was. Quite a strange little guy.
Wow.
Now we know what he was staring at. Maybe he's bi.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Five drama channels, 4 debate shows, 3 baby daddies, 2 panel hosts, and Tomato the panel verse queen.
You're muted, my brother.
I know, I have to hit it with my nose. Yeah, it seems like a lot of modified lyrics and a reason to sing songs. I don't know, not my style. What's with everybody? Seems like everybody that camped up with Andrew Wilson is all flipping on him.
Not everyone, but yeah, he's well, I see what's happening. I could help him.
You think it's on him, or you think it's just them? Because I'm pretty impressed with, like I came across him back in the early days, just on some panel with like Jim Bob and people, and all I really said to him was, incoming message from the big giant head, because I thought he looks like Harry from Third Rock. And and yeah, man, he's definitely, of all the people I've interacted with, he's climbed the highest as far as media, television, shows and stuff. Pretty impressed.
Yeah, he's doing well. I don't diminish or dismiss the things he's done well. And actually, someone mentioned Snow. Are you talking about his upcoming debate thing, World War debate?
It's another bike.
Because I was thinking of trying to go to that. You familiar with this, Tom?
It's like a debate con or something.
Yeah, kind of.
I've heard people talk about it, but I didn't know. I don't know much about it.
It's not far. When Grace showed up, dude, did you just find a bike frame?
Yeah, I found another con. I was heading for another one that I know is over here, and yeah, I didn't know this one was here.
All right. Well, that is what you set out to do, right?
Yeah, I told Liz I'd put a bike together for her. Oh.
I'll have to check that out on what Andrew was saying.
Is it going to be on YouTube? The debate con or whatever?
Well, I'm not sure. It sounded like a cool thing. People were invited to join and stream in the off production part, and then they owned the rights to the production, and then they could stream it, to their stuff. It sounded like it was pretty reasonable. Kind of a cool deal.
It's going to be at like a venue.
Yeah, it was in Atlantic City, and I've never been to Atlantic City yet. I didn't imagine January would be the best time to go, but what the hell?
Atlantic City's like desert, right?
It's right there on the ocean, I think.
I found out if anybody ever wants to get a real good look at Vegas Strip, go on the Super Bowl. Like whenever I was there streaming, I was there during the Super Bowl. The street was dead. It was crazy compared to the other nights. All right, here's the one I came for.
All right.
I think I can probably just, if I find wheels for it, I think it's all it really needs.
Dude, see the way that people live. It's so fascinating. Ridiculous.
I mean, some people have shitty camps like this, but these people, I think they either got ran off or arrested, or they got housing. Whenever they were down there a little ways closer to where that mongoose was, they told me they were allowed to be along the river because they had a stay from the rangers because they had been approved for housing. And I ain't seen them now since this got trashed, so they might have housing.
Hey, did I hear you say the other day that you got a ticket for a fire that you didn't even have?
Yeah. Still thinking about what I might call Tom Martino about it, make a big stink, but I'll probably just try and call the main ranger, the head ranger. He's like a fucking pretty boy. But I'm going to start running game on him because not only are the rangers all fucked up with their policies and what each one is saying is different. Like that dude said, there is no fires. Other rangers will tell you you can have a fire if it's 12 inches off the ground, but they violate their policies as well. Like They're supposed to give people like 48 hours notice if they find a camp. But if you're not there, they just trash your camp as soon as they find it, say it was abandoned.
Yep. I Tom, I believe that. And
That's why I go up to the dump and try and salvage people's stuff for them.
well, the you're witnessing firsthand. I mean, you're experiencing it firsthand. I saw an article from Spokane on Facebook about they were doing that there. I mean, in December and January, they want to start writing people up for building a small campfire so they don't fucking freeze to death. Seems a little absurd and a little ridiculous, considering the lack of alternatives that have been made available.
Yeah, and everybody I've talked to that have been out here, they say when it gets really bad in the winter, they tend to be more lenient on those days for like tent rules and stuff, because you can camp up in a tent and keep it warm. Ooh, torch vampire. This can steal the fluid out of people's torches.
Ah, gotcha.
Or just be a refill if you don't steal it. So on the way back, I'll show you my little spot where he wrote me the ticket. I'll show you, I'm Minecrafting it a little bit. It's work in progress, but I'll show you what I'm doing. Like cobblestoning the whole area and around the fire pit, and go try and stone those steps up the bank, because whenever there's snow, I've busted my ass a couple of times. And maybe Squeaky Duck will be there.
Hey, there's a comment here to let you know Chris emailed you. Okay.
Chris who?
Doesn't say. Jack, tell Tommy that Chris emailed him from Don't Judge Me, if that helps.
Does she mean Christos?
Possibly.
Who knows? You know, she has a show. Why wouldn't she just come up and say a thing?
I don't know.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah, I can.
Did they give you a cost on the ticket? How much the fine was?
It's $100, but I told him I wasn't paying it. And whenever he went to whenever he went to give me the ticket, I was like, I'm not taking that. He goes, it's your property. I said, you can't make me have property. He goes, okay, I'll send it to your last known address. I said, fine. And he goes, if you don't pay it, you don't go to jail or anything, but it does go on your credit. But I'm gonna call the Rangers and just be like, I mean, I could go to court and be like, there was no fire, but I'm gonna try and just tell the Rangers, because I don't care about the ticket, but if I can put off the first ticket to sit on my record out here, I'll put it off.
Yeah, absolutely. No reason to accept something you don't have to. And
you know, I would have pushed it more, except he woke me up, and I knew like I was grouchy, so I didn't want to push it, because he was already like, how long do you think it'll take you to pack up and leave? I said, oh, about long enough to curse you and your family and spit on the ground at the thought of it. And he goes, okay, so about 10 minutes? About 10 minutes? Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes. And while he was writing the ticket, one of my squirrels came up and like put his paw on his foot and was like looking up at him, and he didn't know what to think of it. And then Squeaky Duck came and was like harassing me for food while I was packing up, and he was standing up on the bank watching. It was probably trippy to him. Bike brakes.
hey, yeah, good for you for recognizing the potential, right? The potential that you can react, and you're saying, no, I'm not going to do this. And, you know, for you to, I'm sure that was a test. Good for you.
I have to be like, I always have a gun on me. I have to do that thing.
Yes, you do.
But whenever I used to drive and get pulled over, if the cop was in the wrong, I would lose my shit on him and usually just get a warning because he knew I was right.
Just brought up Brown's boy. Welcome to you.
I never bring him up.
Yo,
Oh, you know?
Talking about this stuff.
I've got I've got one question today. It's been a while, and I think some of the viewers are wondering how some of your goals are going. And the goals I'm referring to are the ones that you claim that you want to talk to pedophile billionaires to help you end wars that Jesus couldn't do. And I was curious on if your goals that you swear to God are real, but clearly no one's ever done them and there's no chance of them. Have you made any progress on those lately?
I have a lot of footage of you up here being very civil with Jack before you were on this actor loop. Thespian.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just asking Jack if he's had any updates on talking with the pedophiles that he claims are going to help his goals.
You like to say pedophile as much as Snapper.
No.
Right.
You really stuck it.
I didn't claim it. I didn't claim that that's what he wants to do. He claimed it.
Right. And what I don't get is why you want to mock me instead of support me.
Well, you are mocking.
You don't think it's mocking the audience by giving them fake, obviously LARP goals, and you're clearly a Fed, and pretending that you're going to reach these goals while not doing anything to reach them? You don't think that's mocking?
No offense, Jack. You wouldn't pass a Fed check. Probably wouldn't pass the background check either.
Well, it doesn't
I'm
matter.
just asking.
Right. And if you recognize the value in what I'm saying, stop looking at me and start looking at the reason. Why is Jack suggesting that someone should confront Donald Trump and the U.S. Congress about what's going on?
Anybody can say that. What makes you special?
Well, the solution is other people for some reason aren't talking about. Ending the secrecy will end these fucking sick games.
Okay, but you realize when you bring up actual actors onto your show every day, away from the subject of your actual goals, it makes you look retarded.
You mean
right? And you realize when you claim people are actual actors over and over again, it makes you look retarded.
Yes.
Oh, if you realize that I have clips of Tommy admitting that he's not who he is online, which makes him an actor, then that makes Tommy retarded.
You're doing what Word Wizard did. I always said I was up here playing characters.
You are in nature looking through homeless people's trash. You have no room to talk about anybody else.
Did you ever play Fallout?
Did I play a video game?
Like to do Mad Max.
See, Jack, these are the type of retards that you let on your show that your goals aren't real.
College degree, motherfucker. I've been a project manager.
I broke from Brown's Boy because we got another guest in the back.
Steven up.
Who's not coming up? Steven's not coming up. But I'll take a chance.
Better than Brown's Boy.
Huh?
They're both better than Brown's Boy. Can we give them some time?
Well, I brought up your boy Christos, Station 47.
Christos, hang out till I get back to storage. It was the point of whenever I asked. It was something sitting there I wanted to show you.
Okay, I thought there was something important by chance. I didn't want to miss it from you, and I did email you.
It's important to you. Just email me your mailing address, and then I'll show you when I get back there.
Okay, thanks, Jack.
All right, brother. Tom, it was Christos who emailed you, apparently, in that earlier comment.
I'm going to pocket my phone till I get back because I'm going to have a bike in each hand.
All right. Hey, please, with respect, I'm going to drop you off. You can focus on that. And when you return, please jump back up. I'm going to take a chance, possibly against my better judgment, but in line with a suggestion from Tommy. Snafu Snaps.
What's going on, Jack?
I'm feeling quite blessed, my brother.
Are you?
I really, really am.
What do you got going on?
I'm going to turn your sound up. Something's going on with your sound. So I'm turning you up a bit.
All right. What do you got going on?
Well, love, dude.
Love.
Yep. Yes. This was a thought I was thinking earlier because I talk about God and it's different than the Bible in some ways, but it's not. I was trying to think, how do I share with people what it is that I'm feeling and seeing? And it's a question for each of us. First, I never really thought about it, but the question is important. What is my relationship with God? And how could I know? Well, it's written, God is love. So what is my relationship with love?
You tell me.
I feel pretty close to love often. And I want you to as well, especially when you're with me, my friend. I don't want you feeling angry.
Tommy's right though. You're mixing satanic optics with your God guru shit. How do you explain that? Like, so is it a made up religion that you got going on?
No.
Which God are we talking about then?
The Father who Jesus spoke of. The one
Okay.
who Jesus walked as and with and for. That one is who I seek to serve. The God of truth and love.
So Malachi talks about even God hated Esau. How do you explain that?
All of the words are processed through the consciousness and the interpretations of men. And so men viewed that God hated because of what they saw and heard and felt. But truly, my thoughts on God earlier today, this question, what is your relationship with God? When I went to the Bible, and I read the words of love, I mean, from First John, right? Originally, John was my favorite chapter, and then it was First John when I discovered those writings about God is love and being perfected with love. But then it was also the writings of Paul. The way that Paul described it is through God, with God, right? That we walk through and with the one God. And it is by the grace of Christ, right, that we get to know. And if we believe in him, well, then we can practice what he says. For ye are all the children of God by faith in Christ Jesus. But our faith, it's got to be lived. It can't just be believed in. You can't just believe you've got faith. You got to live your faith. You got to allow faith to
Do
live.
you do any of the things that you like talk about and preach? Like, honestly,
Yes, honestly, I do. What I
so
talk
when
about.
you say we, so every time you go we, oh shit, I'm about to die. My chair just broke. I'm fat. Yeah, like literally, that would have been terrible. Like you guys would see me eat ass, like not nasty, but like yeah, but okay. So this chair's like fucked up, but yeah. So kind of like my chair just broke on me. Don't you feel sometimes it's broken what you're saying? And you keep saying we. You've been doing this for 5 years. Have you established a we yet? Who's your we? Is it
You don't see it?
Christos? Is
No,
Christos part of your we?
no, you're just
Is
looking the wrong
Tommy
direction.
part of your we?
Clearly not. Well, he could
OTW?
be. He could be, and they
Paul?
all could be. You could be part of my we.
Okay. No, I can't.
Why? Your belief systems?
Because you can't even life coach. You can't
No,
even life coach me right.
that's just what you've said.
Am I the only one who says you have not life coached me fairly?
Dude, yeah, there's others like you that make excuses and blame me.
Is Tommy still here?
He's in the back, but he was going to do and be busy with some transporting. So he may have us in the back just listening.
I feel maybe he could explain it to you in a better way where you won't backstage him versus me. But I'm kind of thinking like you say we got to do this, we got to do that, and you've been doing this for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
When do we get to the point of seeing the doing more than the talking? And you were kind of on it. I've seen you go to home things. I see you move away from your fireplace. I feel you're kind of getting back in your rut of stuckness.
No, I know. That's what you
Now,
want to be.
wait, look at that shit. Oh shit, I can't do that. The chair's gonna break. Sorry.
I know.
Hold on.
It feels good, dude. It feels good. I worked through a lot of muscle tension earlier today. So here, seriously, Snafu, you witness my willingness to be forgiving every day. I welcome you and others, no matter how old you get. Here, I think Tommy may be back. We'll bring him back up. Still transporting, or?
Yeah, but I'm at the place I wanted to show you.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is just a place outside of storage that I crash out, make food, sitting in one place type things. But like here's the bank, and then it's like a tier level down, so I'm a little more hidden, at least from up on that side. So originally they trashed my fireplace. Like I had this really tall back rock that would block the fire from the road and stuff. But now I've started like cobblestoning it.
Nice.
Started cobblestoning around it. And then I'm going to do this whole little peninsula. And then this slope back up to the bank, I'm going to put some rock stairs in because it's dangerous. And then down through here, all these slabs are where the fucking trash pandas come from. They come up at night and try and take my food if I don't give them some.
Tommy,
What's up?
Jack keeps talking about this wee, kind of like a friend, chick with hairy armpits.
Use the bathroom?
He was asking him who his wee was, and he said I could be his wee, but I told him not really because he's not life coaching me. But then he said you could be his wee. Have you known who Jack's wee is? Who is Jack's wee? Not his wee.
He's got people that do his thumbnails and shit for him, but
that's true.
I don't know. He's probably smart to protect their identities.
I asked Jack today, if I may share, I was giving him PR advice, and he doesn't like that. He doesn't like
Not from you, I don't.
Even though it's great PR advice?
Regardless.
So regardless if the advice was solid, you're not going to be okay with it?
Snafu, just simply, the man who has publicly for years diminished me, calling me a rapist, amongst other things, wants to give me PR advice.
I'm saying what you have.
I don't want to hear from you that. I want to hear, Jack, dude, I'm sorry. This is what I'm going to do to help change your image.
Apologize to me? Or what about robbing Tommy? I wanted to ask you about that.
Robbing Tommy.
Yeah, I saw you.
I want to disagree with you, Snafu. I have a soundbite of Jack saying we don't have to do anything, just be. And so whenever he says we have to do a thing, I like to play that soundbite.
Maybe I'm wrong, Jack.
No, he says we have to do things.
Let's run with that, Snafu, please. Run with it. Yes, maybe you were wrong about Jack. And
But
it's
I
on
said
him.
about that situation, not like Jack. Like, why would you go from I'm wrong with everything? Like that situation,
Well,
I can talk to.
As
Just
long
let's
as Paul,
start there and let it grow. Sorry,
Jack,
Tom.
as long as Paul and Jack double speak, then we're right, at least in half the time. Like, you say that Jack says we have to do things, you're correct. I say Jack says we don't have to do anything, I'm correct.
That's
You love
true,
being
Jack.
right. What? What?
What are we gonna do to move forward then, Jack?
We have
Dude.
not moved forward in 3 years. We just kind of.
Oh my God.
Jack, here's the thing. It's on me too. When I go back through and look at this footage of like 3 years, we literally are having the same back and forth over and over again. The only difference is I think you're the one that has to give a different answer, because until you do, my questions will stay the same. So I don't claim that, Luke.
But I'm encouraging you to drop the questions and just allow, right? Because if we can just be, which we are, we're getting there.
Here's the thing that I'm going to start doing, because I think I was getting there yesterday. I think I've done it a few times in the past. I'm going to find that hard point that is the difference. That's where you might gloss over it and the next day keep saying the same thing. Like, yes, we agree on a lot of biblical God stuff, but then there's these hard points where it's like, no, Jack, not that.
But
And I'm going to start finding those and staking them.
Right. And until you're willing to stop arguing and actually listen to
But
what you disagree with,
the interpretation thing is a deflection. Like, there's a lot of basic, straightforward stuff to the Bible, and the interpretation things aren't really the vitalness.
So, Jack, can I share what I told you about the cross and Jesus and how? So I told Jack, I said, even if me and Steven or Tommy or all these people upset you, I said, do you understand? You always claim about, and I say live in the image of Christ, not be Christ, but you know. And I said, Jack, do you realize that he died between the one who accepted him and the one who didn't accept him? But he was in the middle. There was no one in the dungeon, no one in the, and I just told Jack, I said, you got to start, like, even if it's a minute, like, see, Truth or Cop right now is like Palantir. Like, did you look at Truth or Cop's community page? That shit's like,
I don't even give him that much credit. Cop is just off the rails at any given time.
yeah. The drinking is a problem.
And that scene last night ended up being clickbait because neither Jack nor they showed up, to my knowledge.
Rose, you should come up here and have an honest conversation with our pal Jack and Tommy and me, because I feel Rose could help contribute to the authentic me trying not to get your eyebrows furrowed, but trying to tell you that you're full of shit, but being nice to you, not being nice.
Well, if you want to have any serious talkies with me, there's the big building. I just got to get over there with these bikes.
Nice. Yeah, I think Rose could help us, Tommy. By the way, shout out to Mr. Tommy and stay unkidnapped. You know, he was saying there's people disappearing in his group there, Jack. DJM was more worried about Landry than Tommy just getting kidnapped. The optics are high, man.
say that again. More worried about who getting kidnapped?
Well, Tommy was talking to DJM last night because the homeless are getting kidnapped or turning up missing, I should say, all over the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling DJM, like, yeah, people are missing and blah, blah, blah. And
Hey, we got
she
a
was more
gift.
worried about Landry.
We got a gift.
There's
Welcome,
Rose. Hello, Rose.
I can't
Hello.
stay for long, guys. I can't get sucked into this, but you did ask for it. Oh,
Shit.
hi, Marco.
Well, there's
Hi,
Margo too.
Rose.
Margo could help get Jack to be authentic.
Nafu, I do have a present for you.
Do you?
I do. I'm going to email it to you.
Okay.
it's about 25 texts from Jack right after I met him. And they were
You know what? I almost called you to see if you wanted to do an interview with me again this week.
Hi, Rose. You said you had limited time. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right, but Snafu asked for me to come up here, so I don't know why you backstaged him. Let's try to have a three-way productive conversation. Is that possible?
I made the mistake of bringing Margot up with you, and then she was a cause of deflection. Sorry about that.
Notice she was
I don't think so. I think Margot was here to do, but Rose, I think this is long overdue.
Let Rose talk, please.
Sorry, Jack. I'm the one who asked her to come up here. May I?
No.
By the way, hi, Rose.
I guess I didn't hear what Margot was saying that made Jack upset, but I did want to say that I never want to force Jack to do anything or make him think a certain way.
I know that.
In the same way that in the comment section we were discussing the ridiculousness of a forced apology. I don't try to make people do anything. They have to.
I think that you and Rose have a great relationship as far as with me and Tommy. And maybe because Jack has issue. Tommy's going to a building right now. And I said, Jack, maybe we could have a conversation and Rose could help mediate that but that's only if Jack's okay with it and you're okay with it. Because I think Jack gets mad at me and Tommy a lot more. And I think all three of us would think you'd be a great mediator in the situation we're in right now. That's why I asked if you'd come up.
What is the outcome that you're looking for? What's
communication
the goal?
Between Tommy, myself, and Jack? And it's not just me. I think you'd be great on helping Tommy and Jack communicate better as well.
Well, the only thing that Tommy wants is for Jack to stop doing what he's doing.
No, I don't think so. Is that true? Have you asked him?
In my opinion, I could be totally wrong. I can give you my perception. From what I gathered, it sounds like Tommy wants Jack to stop acting like he knows things because he's not interpreting Christianity the way he does. Tommy has his own interpretation of Christianity. And so when Jack talks and uses words like Jesus and Christ consciousness, Tommy feels a moral obligation to come up and clarify because he thinks that his interpretation is correct. So I don't know how Tommy could ever compromise that. And plus, Tommy has an obsession with criticizing Jack. So what would Tommy do if he didn't have Jack to criticize?
See, this is why I asked Rose up here, Jack. I'm actually thinking about what she just said. Now, why would I think about what she said, but I have a hard time thinking about what Jack tells me?
Because
solid analysis, as Kilo Rooster said.
Well, you got to look at your own behavior for that answer. For several years, you've been telling yourself repeatedly.
Jack, if I may, I kind of asked Rose.
All right, sorry, ask again. I got distracted by the chat about...
I'm afraid because she's going to roast me, Jack, and you'll be happy. She'll burn me here because I see she's on the Jack train right now, which is fine. That's why I said I wanted Rose as a mediator.
You think I'm on the Jack train?
Well, not when I said Jack train. I think Tommy, I think you're kind of right on it, but I don't think... Okay, if you're an how do I put that? If you're a doctor... Okay, and you're a doctor, okay, you a specialist, for instance, and you are a specialist in a certain organ or certain part of the body or certain thing. Now, we were relating Christianism for Jack's shit, right? And Jack, you made it where you're not a Christian, right? You made it very aware that that's not what you label yourself, right?
You've got the furrowed brows.
Why are you looking at me that way? I'm actually communicating, and Rose is helping, and you're angry still.
Jack, just say whatever's on your mind. You don't have to ponder.
Look,
I want you to react to what he's saying because you look really
My
emotional.
answer is irrelevant to an irrelevant conversation. Keep talking.
I'm trying to. When you talk about God, and how I need to get closer and then listen to your ways, and I'm asking you about your ways about it, it's irrelevant. I'm literally asking you your thoughts on a God question. And I said, you're not Christian, right? Like, so I'm still trying to figure out, okay, what does this man relate to, the God aspect? And you're angry at me for asking you questions to seek knowledge about your shit.
Snafu, you're making him so mad right now. Jack, why don't you backstage him and help me understand? Because I don't know what's
Oh my
going
God,
on.
Rose! Now you're gonna go Nazi backstage. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. I don't
No,
know.
it's fine. I'm here to
He's not
work
willing
with
to
you,
talk, and
and
I
that's why I
want to
called you
get
here.
up to date. I feel like he'll start talking if you're not here. Because I want to understand, Jack. I don't know why you're upset, and I really want to understand. Should I wait till another
I'm
time?
trying to learn his. I guess
I'm not upset.
Okay,
I'm
you're
really
sad.
not.
You're disappointed and sad and hurt and exhausted. Is that right?
I'm kind of dumbfounded, to be honest, because as long as he keeps talking, he's not gaining anything new. He's just looping over and over and over. And so he asked a question. I answered his question. He said he wanted to hear the answer from you. He observed in himself, hey, I'm noticing, I'm understanding what Rose is putting down, but I can't seem to understand you, Jack. Well, no shit, Snafu, because for several years you've been telling yourself, looping over and over, these lies about me, just like Margot, just like Tommy. So
I'm
I'm
glad
not
that
mad.
you're smiling again. But is there a way to bring Snafu back up again and you keep this
Yes.
face? Let's try to keep these eyebrows.
Here. Yes, Rose, here's the point. He wants me to discuss the question he asked. You don't identify yourself as a Christian, right? So he's looping in this other labeling identity politics crap. I'm really wanting to discuss his behavior because it's his behavior that has prevented him from understanding me for the past several years. Does that make sense before I bring him back?
It does make sense. Let's let him respond and let's watch the eyebrows. But you have to
I'm asking you questions to understand your connection, your thought process, your understanding of when you talk about God and then you mix other things in. And I mean, I would, if I were to go to anywhere and want to listen, like Trump would want to do the same thing with you. Biden, Congress, senators, the people you claim that if they took 5 minutes to listen to you, the questions I'm asking you are softball compared to what potentially could really happen. And now you're doing the shoulder,
Okay.
like feel good. I'll feel
Mhm.
good with that.
Right.
Good.
And here, how about this? Snafu, you call yourself honest, but repeatedly said Jack admitted he was a rapist. How about you stop
admitted
the
last
lie?
night on Frank
I heard
Monet.
that story from
Okay,
Jack.
if I may, and Rose could calm this tension down.
Rose, whoa, Rose, you're confirming what Snafu is alleging, that I admitted I was a rapist? Is that what you're saying, Rose?
No, because of StreamYard, you didn't hear what I was saying. What I was saying was that you told me about the allegations in person. You told me the real story. I heard your real side of the story.
Yes,
From
thank you. Well, but Snafu has not acknowledged what he has done, right? Earlier today, he wants to point out that I'm not taking PR advice from him. He's literally destroyed, he's gone out of his way to damage Jack Talcott's reputation online. He's never accepted accountability for what he's done.
Yeah, I see. Whenever I come to your channel, I see that you're having the same discussion with the same people.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing is getting resolved.
Right. Are you willing to try and help?
How can I help you, Jack?
Help me confront. I've got Snafu and Tommy and Margot in the back regarding, I'd love to help them recognize their behavior towards me has not been productive, healthy, necessary, that they could change. They could easily change their ways.
Okay, I'm willing to listen to what they have to say, but I can't guarantee that I will say what you want me to say. My interpretation of what they're saying is going to be my own. It might not be pro Jack necessarily.
All right, so Rose, please recognize what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
You are unwilling to commit to supporting me.
I have
you
to
want me to accept that, yeah, Rose may side with you against them, Jack. But in this situation, I'm literally trying to get you to understand, and anyone to understand. I've been facing accusations, wrongful accusations, for many years. I'm a good man who actually misses the voice of my son. I'd love to speak with people who actually care about me instead of people like Snafu and Tommy and Margot.
Yeah, let's bring them up and let's have a discussion and see if we can all come to a mutual understanding where they stop hating on you and we all start over with a clean slate, born again in the Panelverse.
I appreciate that. I've also got Truther Cop and...
No, Truther Cop is not involved in this. This is between me, you, Margot, and Tommy, and Rose is mediating. Why we bring, like, this is between Tommy. Tommy said he was going to go to where he has to go. He's obviously there. Margot, I feel, is very important to this conversation.
She's not mediating. That's what she was trying to tell Jack, that he took as non-support. She was just saying, I can't do that thing of mediation. And Jack, I thought we were doing like a show, and while I was gone, you just got on this Snafu accused you thing. Snafu's accused everybody, man.
Yeah, but if I may be fair, Margot's here. And Rose, let's be fair, Jack stayed with you, and you said yourself that you have heard his story, his version. Well, I have heard the story from multiple people, his family, the son, Margot, Chemo. I have heard the version, and then I've heard Jack's version, and in my opinion, there are inconsistencies, and he really wants to force me to believe his side versus many other side. And that's why I feel, I'll stand with Margot. I think she was honest. I think Chemo was, I think
Wait a second.
Like, because those accusations weren't me. I didn't even know Jack back then. And that's all I've said is he's been
Let someone else speak now. Shut up, please.
Hey, fruits of the spirit.
Rose, eyebrows furrowing. Please help this.
Margot?
Everything's okay. Let's let Margot talk. Let's not distract from the conversation, Snafu. Go ahead, Margot.
Well, Snafu, I'm going to ask that you don't put words in my mouth or share anything, because
I just know what the town and everyone else has told me privately from my research.
Well, I adore you, but you do. He does make accusations, Jack. Like, he makes accusations that I wanted to date you or you wanted to date me, and you and I both know that that wasn't true. We had a innocent relationship in Spokane that was minimal, and I get tired of him lying about that too.
Trek Steve, welcome to you, my friend. Blessings and thank you.
No worries.
I put Snafu in the back because he couldn't stop interrupting. Please, you don't join often. You have the floor, my friend.
So the only thing that I would like to see Snafu address, or anyone else who is in support of him, or last night in the chat repeatedly, it's why I fucked him out of it, because he repeatedly said Jack admitted to being a rapist. I'm not finished. So I've heard that Jack is a rapist, or I think he is. Jack admitted that he's a rapist, and he admitted it, and that's what happened. That was that on Frank Monday's stream? I can't remember. It was a conversation, but I heard that conversation. That did not happen. Objectively did not happen. It's a lie. You did not admit. No, not yet. Well, yeah, absolutely. When I'm finished. Okay. So repeatedly, and anyone that was in the chat saw it because he was spamming it. How do you feel about that, Trexie? Amongst all the other usual shit, but yeah, that was it. So I cannot in any way, shape, or form find how anybody can defend that, and why Snafu can't own it. If we're about honesty, at least own it when you're being fucking completely dishonest. That did not happen.
Trexie, let me have a go at it. You see, when I was
on top of the morning to you, Tommy. Jesus, did you eat a fucking leprechaun?
When I was Hanover's president,
wasn't it my turn before Tommy?
Hold on there, Marco. I'll give you 1 minute, Marco. When I was the Hanover's president, I had cleared up that it's very common when you have a sexual partner that it can happen so often that in states of drunkenness, it can be partaken of. And that's what ever remotely made the question of Jack's intercourse with this woman questionable. The woman's never accused him of it. And Jack said it's probably his child. And yes, it's not a rape case. It's not a rape, Maggie. Never was.
Cool. I understand the optics, if you like. The thing is that he did not admit to rape, and that's a really fucked up lie. And I would love just to see if Snafu's able, as a man who is freaking out about honesty all the time, is he able to own I fucking lied over and over and over last night, and then take it from there.
Okay, now it's my turn. I back up exactly what Trexie said.
Sorry, I can't hear what Tom's saying. And then what'd you say, Tommy?
I said, just remember that Snafu is only matched by Paul and Slave for lying about people out here.
Hey, I don't know. I only witnessed what I witnessed. So let's go for it,
something, please.
Yeah, Margot.
I back up completely what Trexie said, and what Tommy was just saying. There's some truth to that as well. So I have never heard Jack say one time that he raped that woman.
Yeah, cool, good. So are we all in agreement that it would be good to see Snafu own I have been dishonest, or is that just me?
But he hit it on that DWI night.
What'd you say, Tom?
You old bugger, you. He hit it on the DUI night when she was over the limit.
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm Irish. I'm not going to start judging people for having drunk sex. It's happened, I'm sure, before. So let's just go back. Let's go back to Snafu's lies.
Jack, Jack, I didn't realize that this whole thing, when you were asking me if you had my support, was literally about whether or not you had committed that crime. If that's what you meant, then obviously I would say no. You never said that you committed that crime. I thought it was about this deep, complicated web of lies. But if it's not that complicated, no, you never admitted to committing a crime. And unless there's anything else that you think I could offer, I probably should go, since I just wanted to jump in for a short period of time. Are you satisfied with that, Jack, or do you need anything else from me?
No, but I've been saying the solutions for me are so simple. I just need any one of these liars to admit they were lying. As soon as they do, they'll be willing to change. And as soon as they change, we'll have different conversations. And as soon as I get to have different conversations with people, guess what? It opens up all sorts of opportunities for me and Snafu, Tommy, maybe Margot.
No, I'm good.
I know.
No, it's fair. It's funny, Rose. You should have said, "Let me up." You know what, Jack? Okay. I'm not gonna say Jack was never charged with rape. Did he rape that woman? I believe he did.
I know that. I know you think that, Snafu. Again, that's not the point. What you think, what your opinion is, what you think it looks like against something else. You said he admitted to being a rapist? Are you able to own that?
Yeah, so he admitted Trexie, what's funny is you're new, and Jack actually admitted.
No, wait a
No,
second,
you can
wait a
text me all you want, Jack.
Darling,
because
hey,
you know what?
Snafu,
I know
I'm
what
not
the
new
truth
at
is. I've
all.
talked to
I'm
his
fucking
family.
not brand
I've
new.
talked to the
You must think I'm brand. Can you shush? Are you able to admit that you lied, and then take it from there? Have all the opinions you want. Obviously, you can't stand Jack. That's, you're allowed to not like somebody. Are you able to admit you fucking lied or not, bud?
It's a simple question, Snafu.
Yeah, and actually, do you know what? I don't want to be getting so confrontational. I would love to see if Snafu could do that and not be so cunty, so I'm going to chill a bit about it. It would be nice, Snafu. It would be really nice, okay?
It would be so nice if things could change in the Channelverse, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And I hope that things come back again, and maybe there will be different ideas and discussions being had. So cheers.
Happier days. Good night.
Thank you, Rose.
Cheers,
Appreciate
Rose.
it.
So,
Thank you,
Jack, before he comes back up, because I do come in hot and heavy. You and I are friends. Obviously, I feel a bit defensive about my friend being lied about, especially, it's not something small. It's that shit's heavy. You don't need me to tell you that. So I don't want to cause further confrontation, but I hope Snafu can think about how maybe it would be a good thing to say, hey, that was fucking out of order. Is it possible?
I know it's possible. I've seen him do it in different ways, but I want to, if you're willing, my friend, I think there's an opportunity to have some more fun if you're willing to share a little more time.
Your idea of fun, Jack, and mine are very fucking different.
I know they might be different, but somebody was being patient. What?
Jack, you are being bitter, getting in your memories. Because I came up for like a good time show, and while I was killing those bikes, you got back on the Tommy and Steven and Snafu. But what I wanted to say...
He didn't, Tom. He didn't. Snafu turned up with that shit. He didn't.
What Snafu does, similar to his daddy and Jack's daddy, is they correlate things and say it out like, oh, so that means he's admitting to this. Jack never admitted to that.
Yeah, you and I know that.
What?
You and I know that.
Well, everybody knows it. That's why I don't know why Jack's making this.
Snafu doesn't. Snafu doesn't.
No, but he has no credibility.
Exactly.
He's got the credibility of a guy that says he's going to end wars.
Hey, at least
everybody knows I'm not a pedo. Everybody knows Jack didn't rape. Everybody knows. What else was he saying this year?
Tell you what, I'm losing patience. I'm going to change the energy, perhaps. Okay.
Very good.
Because no offense, Tom, you've been a wonderful guest today. Your audio kind of sucks again, though. And that might be part of my frustration I'm feeling. But really, the idea of what we were talking about is Mr. Snafu and his lies.
What have I lied about?
No, not you, Tom.
Oh, he said me.
Well, you're included. You've both been lying about me.
The things I say about you, I got out of you in Alumacami discussions.
And that's what Snafu says too. That's what Margot says. That's what Chuck says.
The difference is I have receipts. Like I have the stream where I confront you. I play the clip of you going, I'm not really a Christian. And I go, so you're not a Christian, right, Jack? And you just get all sheepish.
So, the way I knew, I think, Tom, is it right that most of the fallouts between you and Jack are about like scripture and stuff, but you're not out here saying the man is a fucking filthy rapist?
No, but I point out that his relationships are kind of consistent with whenever he said he wants his family back, and then everybody out here is kind of like, Jack's kind of ticking me off. I can see how it probably went.
But Tom, you're kind of missing some of the point, right? If you look at the consistency of what I'm doing, I'm really talking about peace and love.
Yeah, it's what you call consistency is looping.
Well, that
okay, don't do it. Don't do the dance. You anyway.
Okay, thank you.
It's Snafu still in the back, or what's the crack?
Snafu's still in the back. Should we bring him up?
No.
Tom, can you?
What?
What?
Yes, bring him up. Let me make some noise real quick.
Oh no! You know what's funny is Rose was right. We were gonna talk, but Trexie wanted to bring all this up. Trexie, how about
I'm
this?
such
not
an
gonna say
instigator,
Jack
Snafu.
anything. How about you contact Jack's family, hook him up with them, since that's what he wants, since you're his best friend. And then when the family tells you his predator optic, now Trexie, since she's white knighting for you so bad, have Trexie,
Let him talk.
woman Jack, have her be the mama person. Call your get her to have Dominic call you. Trexie cares about you so much. Have Trexie reach out to them, and Trexie show Jack how much you love and care for him, and help him accomplish what he wants, Trexie. And I'm not going to accuse him of anything. I know what the town is. No. You're his fucking white knight. So Jack.
Hey, Snafu. This is the same shit you do in the chat every night. So you know what my answer is? Because you do this in the chat every night. And I'll say here what I say there is I'm not a deranged stalker. And why are you repeatedly saying that to me? And yeah, it's when you've got a friendship, you speak about things privately. I'm not in the fucking panel verse. I've come up because this is an opportunity. This talk about honesty and optics, and if you're a reliable narrator, why would we believe anything you say if you can't even own one lie that you're seen in? It's wild to me. It's wild. You'll talk about anything but what you did. So why should we believe anything you're saying? It's not going to happen, Jack. I don't know. I can't see it happening. I just really, I would. You can see why I would like to. I just hope it is clear. I think Tommy actually said it. It's quite obvious as well in ways. Like Snafu does talk shit and he lies, but it'd be magic to see him own it. I'd fucking admire it. You know what? If he came up and said, "I think Jack's a prick. I want to sabotage his life," and I fucking told lies because I can't stand the guy, I would actually admire that. I can't fucking understand this lying, being seen to lie, and instead of owning it, just running around in circles, repeating yourself. It's like, just fucking own your shit, man.
It's examples of the ego. They're convinced they're doing good. Margot was the first one I dealt with. And I've said she was the first, and then I found, I don't know, I think I found Paul and then Snafu, and it's like, Paul's outgrown it.
It was a strange, and I don't know, well, is anything a coincidence or a mistake? But I better not go into it. But there was something I witnessed early in play that showed me that Margot's not reliable either. I saw lies playing out in real time. But Snafu's the subject that I wanted to go into tonight, and I think he's shown himself as he does. He thinks he's shown himself he thinks he's exposing you, but he just shows himself as an extremely dishonest, underhanded person. I hope he gets better. I mean that. I really do. I'd love to see him get better. He's not okay.
He's ready. He's ready for a remarkable, some might say a miraculous transformation. I can see it, right? With these people that are so agitated against me, right? There's something within them that's drawing them to me. They're addicted to me. They won't let me go. I begged Margot, Snafu, these people, leave me alone, please. They won't go away. So I'm like, fuck it. I guess I got to deal with it. This is my life, my cross to bear. So I've been studying healing.
They're dedicated, at least.
Well, it makes sense. If God wants someone to be compassionate, they're going to learn, they're going to face those that are tough to love. Right?
I've heard of having your patience tested, but this takes the piss. I don't know how you don't book it anyway.
Well, and I'm a stubborn man. I'm convinced that there's always a way, and I will find my way of doing what others say can't be done, because if it needs to be done, in my mind, I'm going to find a way. And I feel the world would be better off if Snafu
Shush dog.
Tommy, many others weren't so angry at the life that they're sharing with me.
And just because you mentioned being a stubborn fucker, I know you're a stubborn fucker. And I know that I get Trixie's white knighting for Jack. I'm able to disagree with Jack. Jack's a fucking stubborn fuck by times, but my God, you're not the fucking evil rapist bastard that these people are trying to. Anyway, I'll calm down about it.
I don't think we've ever talked. I'm sorry to interrupt. I've been sitting backstage for like an hour.
I know.
Hey.
There was a lot introduced there. But what I see, Snafu, the biggest thing there, his voice was shaking when he was saying, "Why don't you contact Dominic from Trek, see if you really cared?" And he was about to cry. You really hear that? And now remember that Snafu comes from, and Snafu, I don't have to I didn't have to do this. It could have just come clean, you can come clean anymore, but. And you're working on it. But Snafu comes from India. He's an orphan, right? He doesn't know his family. So maybe he wants someone to help him contact his family. That's why this behavior continues to over and over and over with you because of your circumstance and that.
That's very possible. I mean, people do project their stuff onto each other, and that's what I've realized my role is. People project their crap onto me, and I try to help them figure out what they're doing. That's an interesting idea with him. Go ahead.
What I find more interesting, let's say for argument's sake, you had done something horrific, like to Snafu, or like he had absolute undeniable evidence of something awful, or any of the people, the repeated saboteurs or whatever. Is it still not like really bizarre to be so hell bent day after day after day after, like it's mind blowing. Like I've been around it. I know Snafu tells me I'm new, but I've witnessed months of it.
Obvious too.
It's go ahead.
It's fairly obvious. Like the sorry to interrupt you, but
No.
But it's in time you were having a great conversation, Snafu. You guys are having a great conversation. Then the conversation got misled somehow, and then it went back into this. And I'm not going to place blame or whatever. We all saw what happened, but the conversation went back into the past, and the arguments came back up again.
Your mic.
It's your audio is a bit bad, but I just thinking
sorry.
It's Jack's real life that they're fucking with. It's not like, okay, the panel or the stream is on every night and people join and people say shit, but it's like it's so fucked when it's someone's real life that people are dedicated. Like Snafu is fucking dedicated to fucking shit up for Jack. It's like Jack fucking drowned all these puppies in front of him when he was a child. It's so fucked. Like, I don't understand.
Hey, we actually have an opportunity. It looks like in the back, there's an opportunity for a total change in energy and song. So
I'll backstage myself for my mic issue. Sorry, but I just wanted to address those things.
Hey,
I might try and join later.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. And now I'm wondering, what do I do? Because the foundation has been laid. The discussions were already had. Let's see if Mr. Snafu, I think he took off. He dropped out.
Sometimes you get cornered. There's nowhere to go. I'm going to dip out, Jack, if I'm of no help to you, because I only want to help out, and I really would rather not hang out on panel.
Understand. Hey, you've been amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up. A little music intermission. Whoops, sorry. I'm gonna throw you in the back. And we'll do a little bit of music intermission. But thank you for your patience. You've been back.
Oh, no worries.
How have you been? How have you been?
Dude, I'm chilling. I've just got a few minutes. I got to head somewhere before my live stream, but yeah.
Dig it.
Purple Lloyd.
I dig it.
Midnight wires, neon prayer. Laughter thrown like broken glass in air. But Jack stays calm like a shoreline stone. Turns rage to rhythm, brings the room back home. He doesn't bite, he doesn't break. He makes a silence people can't replace. And the cruel words lose their weight like clocks that forget how to hate. Tick of fear, click of pride. He lets the thunder roll outside. The softer truth starts taking shape like light, learning how to escape. Jack Talcott, prism in the hall, turn the war dial down, let the breathing be all. From the calling static to the Senate stone, he saves the heart of the country by bringing it home. Hands unclenched, streets shine clear, teaching the U.S. how to live without fear. Marble sky, velvet floor. A tie-dye soul through a heavy door. He signs his name, it rings like a chime. A gentle crack in the fortress of time. He meets the president, no blade, no show. Just a steady voice saying, let the suffering go. Maps on the table start to blur. Borders breathe like they remember they were. A nation is a nervous system, and peace is the signal. He says, don't feed the furnace with names. Don't build tomorrow out of flames. Let diplomacy be the dawn. Let every mother sleep till morning comes. Talcott, prism in the hall, turn the war dial down, let the breathing be all. From the Senate echo to the world's front door, he trades old thunder for a healing chord. Cities exhale, oceans appear, helping the whole wide world learn to live without fear. You're still on the line. Keep listening. You're still on. Signal. Peace.
That's Purple Lloyd. That was by Purple Lloyd.
I love it, man. I love it. Thank you. And that was a good change.
That's the story of your adventure getting elected as a senator and meeting the president and changing the world, Jack. So
I love it. Hey, J Money, you've been here.
I gotta
for
get
a
to the
while,
story
too.
before I cannot speak before my show. You guys have a wonderful time. Sorry for bugging you. I just thought you'd enjoy your song on the Christmas album I'm going to release. So it's all AI. It's amazing. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. All right, you guys all have a good one.
Hey,
Take care. I'm gonna see you later.
Yes, Mega Bloodbath Debates. If someone's willing, drop a link down there, and that's some fun stuff. I appreciate it. J Money, I didn't mean to speak over you. Welcome to you and to Tarek.
How you feel today, Jack? Hopefully all is well. How you doing? Trends, right? That's how you say that.
Tarek.
Trend. No,
T-Ring. Yeah, T-Rings.
T-Ring. Gotcha.
Tarek is my real name. He's red.
Gotcha. How y'all doing today, fellas? Everything good?
I am blessed.
That's same thing. Just got in, checking in, seeing what's up.
I'm here actually because I just saw Trexty and Jack and Tommy, and I didn't think he got nowhere. And Jack knows this for a fact. I always been behind them, defended them all throughout, whether I disagree with them or not. On many things, I defended them on the grape, so I know the story pretty well. And I came up just to make sure Trexty, because I believe she's new and she means well, and she was going, against Snafu, which she has every right to explain that this thing, Trexty, when Snafu says that he talked to Jack's family, the lie that Snafu is saying is Margot had really, really bad obsession with Jack and was going after him like crazy, down him, you name it. Anything she can do, she was going after him. And Jack was correct. He tried to get out of it, but at the same time, he was trying to make content. So I agree with Tommy on that yes, he was trying to make content. But Snafu got the number from Margot. Snafu never was able to get a hold of anybody's family. He's lying to you people. He got a number from Margot to have, a testimony and meeting with Chemo, which is Jack's best friend from 30 years. And even when that happened, I'll almost be done. I promise I'll be quiet and I'll let you all talk. But I want to make sure I give Jack his credit where his credit is due. Because I fucking hate when people come after him after the grape like Snafu does. And some people that are new don't know what the hell is going on. But I did so much investigation on this, on everybody. But here's the thing. Snafu was able to get the the interview on his channel for 30 minutes with Margot only connected them, not him. I know he takes the credit for it. And then Timu came on there and Snafu came on there. And I told Snafu that day, make sure you let me know when this happened because I want to ask Kimo my questions. Snafu, because he's a manipulator, liar, he made sure he didn't put me on there. And what happened is him, Chemo, and King Stephen at the time made sure they were hating on Jack and made lies. So Chemo's testimony, after I analyzed it, was told almost all false. And I went through this on my own broadcast. So what I'm trying to tell you people is, and especially for Trexty, I'm trying to make sure I'm clarifying that for you because you don't know Snafu like I do. Snafu is a manipulator. He's been in a mental hospital. Now, what's his name? TC did say yes, he doesn't have no mom or dad. He was adopted. I get that, and I have empathy for that. No problem. But Snafu calls his biological mother, he calls her a cunt, a bitch, names. We all know that. So he doesn't have the morals So in the same time, you have to also take that in consideration. So all I'm saying is Snafu is a liar, manipulator, and if he acted like he was crying, maybe it was real. I'm not sure, Jack. Maybe it was a little bit, but I'm sure he's a great actor. And I'll leave the floor to you. And I thank you, Jack, for giving me that floor.
Okay. Looks like Margot was trying to join in support of some of that. Margot, are you there? Margot?
Hi, Jack.
Yes.
Well, I want to confirm everything that Tarek just said. However, I wasn't after you, and we actually had a meeting scheduled for in Spokane last summer that I had to cancel.
And I
Okay.
and I'm
But
sorry
I
if I
just
interrupt.
wanted
I
to
may
clarify.
agree with that. Margot, I agree with that. But here's one thing I would say, because I know you changed, but here's one thing I would say, even through the process, uh, for some reason you still came at Jack, and we talked about this before, so you have changed. I give you credit for that, but I'm just saying.
Thanks, Tarek.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Tarek, what you're saying is true. And Margot, I also appreciate that you have changed.
Will you do me one favor?
Possibly.
Will you just share that I was never after you romantically? Our relationship was platonic. There was never advances from you nor me.
Yeah, I've stated that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I see that as well. I didn't think that was ever the case.
But that's what adds to the bewilderment. Why? Why was I in your targets? Why was I such? Why did you spend so much time and energy trying to make me feel bad about living as me, Margot?
That's a multifaceted question.
Especially for a woman who had no romantic relationship with me, yet you spent a lot of time and attention trying to make sure that I felt guilt and shame and that others stayed away from me. Why, Margot?
Well, I think I've shared this before. There was a time there that I was concerned for your well-being and others around you.
That might be what you said, but your actions, Margot, your actions towards me were very cruel and hurtful, really unexplained, considering the fact we had no real relationship with each other.
And I've apologized.
Great.
Jack,
I hope you feel better, but that doesn't change anything that's resulted from your choices. I mean, I appreciate the words, and I've seen that you're more gentle than you used to be, for sure. But
yeah.
I'm still left
and I've
with the
seen that from you,
damages.
and I've seen that from you as well. And I've shared that.
Great.
But Jack, I have this like on point. I know Margot so good, and I know the whole situation. Here's my intake. The reason why she did that is she did care about you. That's one thing I agree with. Okay, but she's not tell. Well, maybe she will tell you this. I think it's also her ego because she wants to win. Because when she was involved with everybody in the people that were against you and where you used to work, uh, they all will come together to put you down, and that's what she did. And I thought that was not good. Now, whether she wants to admit it or not, it's up to her. Because Margot did change and she did apologize. And on top of that, I also believe Margot did that because she wanted to make a point, and it gives her validation. If I'm wrong, you tell me, Margot. You know, me and you are, we can talk about anything.
Yeah, we're good. I don't. There's no winning. I mean, if someone fails in life, then no one wins. I want good for all. Um, do I believe that Jack is going to meet President Trump? I think the chances are slim. I've shared that with Jack, but that doesn't mean that I don't want him to win. I
Well,
call
you've been more vocal with your doubts and your complaints against me than anything. So let's not whitewash your behavior, Miss Margot, please.
I did text you when you got to Washington D.C. and told you I was proud of you.
So what? So what, Margot? That doesn't negate.
That came
Margot.
after everything, though, Jack. That
Oh,
was
great!
Yes,
Congratulations,
exactly.
Margot. Oh, you finally did something that's not atrocious and bitchy. Congrats, lady. You finally did something that's actually decent and human with me. Okay? Because you've created a record. I'm not alone in what I've seen. You've presented yourself towards me as truly kind of a crazy bitch, real cruel, manipulative, argumentative, just cruel. Honestly, that's what I've seen mostly.
I would agree, Jack. I would agree to maybe 80%. I would agree.
The thing is I know I'm better than what Margot has said, than what Tommy has said, than Snafu has said. And eventually, Margot, my hope is kind of what has been talked about. My hope is that someone will see my value and maybe support my efforts, encouraging my son. I know, Margot, you always want to focus on how slim you think my odds are of ever speaking to Donald Trump. Well, guess what? It's the same fucking odds with speaking with Dominic Talcott, as far as I'm concerned. It'd be God's grace that I get to speak with anyone I want to. And it always.
You're correct, Jack. You know why she said that? Because she wants to put you down. That's why she deflected from the subject, which is your family, and went to Trump. I'm being honest here.
I know.
I would love to see Jack reunite with his son. I've shared that too.
Would you? But you don't want to be any part of it. You just want to pretend that you'll be excited if it ever happens.
I can't.
As you continue the patterns of talking bad about Jack, commenting in Jack's videos, right? Wanting to paint the picture that Jack's a liar, right, Margot? That was recently said by you.
There's been some things that you've said that are not true.
So you claim, Margot, but this is the thing. You haven't checked to make sure that you have a full understanding of the facts, right? Before you jump to conclusions against me and leave public comments diminishing me, right? You're not presenting facts. You're presenting, Jack said this, and so I disagree, and so Jack's lying. That's what Margot believes, but she doesn't accept accountability. She doesn't say, I believe. Margot,
well,
I love you,
the things that I shared that are not true about you are not true about you.
Right. And you are responsible. Okay. In the end, as it's written too, I believe, in the end, we will be accountable for every word we utter. Absolutely. And those who blaspheme others, act as false witness, act in the role of accuser and punisher instead of, the encourager, the supporter. What the fuck is wrong with people that want to oppose a man like me who wants to believe? I want to believe our world can change. I want to believe that wars can end. Why do you want to believe against me, Margot, for
I
so
know
many years?
things, but I don't think you have to lie to present yourself as someone that you're not always.
But Margot, that's, yeah, see, you're not catching the point. We're not communicating the same conversation.
I know you want wars to end. That's an amazing goal.
It is.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Margot,
Here.
can I go ahead?
Well, I'm curious, Margot, do you remember only saying the other day how dangerous Jack is and how dishonest and how she wants people to know, right? Margot said you're worried for people's safety because of Jack.
That's
I
true.
don't worry about anyone's safety because of you. I did not say that you were dangerous to others.
No, but you do warn others that Jack is dishonest. Is that untrue?
You accept things that are not true.
So you claim, Margot, and so as a result of your perception, you choose to go leave comments about me, right?
When you're not being honest, yes.
But Margot, who determines, right? You choose to see that I'm dishonest, but you didn't come to me and say, hey, Jack, I think you might be wrong. What are you talking about? You never gave me a fair chance. You just jumped to this bullshit. So Margot, here's the wonderful thing. I love you. You've been wrong about me. You could have very easily helped me speak with my union, with my family, with people from the community when we shared a community together. You could have helped me. You still could choose to do so, but so far, you've been very unhelpful towards me, just as Snafu has, and Tommy has. Tommy's in the back, flipping me off.
All my relatives in town that are in city council and that work with Maria Cantwell.
Whatever.
The Washington.
Whatever. Margot, hey, no.
Yes, I did.
Sure, yes. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm saying you missed opportunities to do what was right.
Do you want to go over the things that I believe you said that were not? Okay.
Well, wait. What do you choose to believe? What have you convicted me of lying about, please? Because I know you've accused me a lot. I've tried to present that no, Margot, it's you lying. But hey, let's play your game. What do you think I lied about most recently?
Most recently, you said that when you lived in Spokane, Washington, you were going out 7 nights a week.
Mm-hmm. And why do you doubt that?
Because
why do you doubt that there was a period where I was going out 7 nights a week?
Because there was surveillance watching you, Jack.
Wow.
That's a known fact.
Margot.
Why?
Okay, Margot. So where is this evidence of the known surveillance that you allege is there that proves that Jack is lying? Because you're claiming this exists. I say you're fucking lying and delusional, but please let me not jump to conclusions. Where's this surveillance evidence, Margot?
It's with Go Joe Protection Agency.
For what period of time? What days, hours, months, weeks? What period of time was this that you had this Go Joe detective agency surveilling me? And who was funding this? Who was funding this? And where was this? Please, this is new info, Margot.
No, it's not. We talked about it before.
Details. Keep going, please.
Go
I think
Joe
you're lying.
Protection Services had you under surveillance from the time that Salk Junior High School was put on a lockdown and you were institutionalized after you were released, you were under surveillance for several months.
Okay, so because you claim that, and according to you, right, I just want to be clear in the case against me, right, I'm defending myself against being a liar to this bitch Margot again. So let me back off. I'm sorry for the insult, but I'm really tired of this nonsense from you, lady. So according to Margot, allegedly, without dates, there's some time where a middle school was allegedly alerted to my behavior. She claims it's connected to a time where I was locked up. She claims that after I was released, that there was a period that I was under surveillance without my awareness, without my knowledge, right? And so because of that memory she holds, she says there's no chance that Jack spent any time in Spokane going out 7 nights a week. Did I present your case and my case correctly, Margot?
You did not. You were not going out 7 nights a week.
You, just because you don't know of it does not mean it didn't happen.
You were not going out.
Bullshit. See, Margot, does anyone else want to help Margot realize how insane she is?
Yes, I can, Jack. Here's the thing, Jack.
Why would I say that if I didn't know it for absolute sure?
Okay, I'll tell you why you know for absolute sure. Okay.
You're delusional.
Yeah, well, I don't think she's delusional, but that's what I think, Jack. The whole United States, the thing you're working for, right? They went against you. And Margot is involved with them as an entity.
No,
so
I'm
they
not.
have
No.
Oh, here. Tom.
Trek is fucking retarded. I have a question. Who cares if you were going out 7 nights a week or not?
Apparently, Margot cares to call me a liar because she claims
Here's the thing. My friend Bear, that's done like 12 felony stays, a cop came up to him the other day and gave him some badass food. And he was like, "Yeah, I remember you from DOC, right?" And he goes, what are you doing here? Why are you going to? He's like, "We keep up on you. We keep track of you." So I wouldn't doubt that after you were incarcerated for a short time, they ran tabs for a while. Why you and Margot are hung up on whether you went out 7 days or a night, I don't know. But
let's ask Margot why she thinks she needs to accuse me of lying. Why she needs
you accuse people of lying. But you accuse people of lying, but I wanted to clear both of your lawyers up. I'm sorry, can I finish a point? I wanted to clear both of your lawyers up. You did have some kind of relationship because you were AA people, and Margot originally came into the Panelverse because your family told her to come tell you to stop with the contact and things.
That's not true.
No,
well, it's what she said. It's what she said when she got here.
Right. She probably did say that. She's a fucking liar, dude.
Right, and whatever happened with the Facebook dump.
The only reason I knew that you were here is because you invited me, Jack.
Right. So, okay. Anyway, Tom, I get it, but
why did I get in the back all night? Well, I came up and gave you platinum.
I know, and I Tom, here's the thing. I love what you bring, but at the same time, what you bring often throws me. Okay.
Right. Because it's truth. And Jack, the stuff you said to Margot, whenever she was like, "Well, I apologize," and you're like, "Damage is already done. What am I supposed to do? Damage is done."
Yeah.
You're not this stupid thing out here, Jack. You're actually kind of a tyrannical asshole. You've got your own skeletons out here.
Actually, when I've got people who care about me and they actually want to support me, I'm a brilliant, fun guy. You ought to try it.
You support the truth. And when you told Trexty that once again we're all psychos that won't leave you alone, no, Jack, you came to our channels. We come to your channel.
Oh my God.
If you didn't want us here, you don't have to bring us up.
I know.
But when you're like, who are these people? How do I get rid of these people? Who does that sound like?
Your audio sucks again, dude.
Well, the word is tight.
I know.
Hold on, I'm gonna get my Christos thing out of my system.
Get your Christos
Tommy,
thing.
I miss you. I haven't seen you forever.
Yeah, I haven't done any live streams or nothing. I'm taking some IRL time. Christos, email me your mailing address, bro.
Oh, cool.
A giraffe.
I don't even remember watching it. Nobody's finding what I'm finding the way that I'm finding it.
Not
Are
at
you
all.
kidding?
Not at all. It's the
So,
truth.
Can I ask him a question?
You started out with a good show tonight, and you know where it went south? We had to get back to Jack. Like this thing of these things, man, we've been over it. Even the security watching your house thing, man,
That is insanity. That's
Can we just start bringing receipts? Like my panel waste channel is just going to be slop and receipts. Like, I don't know, man. The panel
Tommy,
versus
how are you weathering the winter?
It was like 65 to 70 degrees today.
That sounds like.
But there has been some times I was questioning if I was going to lose a finger or something. It's cold sometimes.
It was 19 degrees here this morning and ice out there.
I think,
It's just in the moment.
in Arizona today.
It's like I have the clothes and the sleeping bags and shit that I can sleep at night comfortably, but it's in the times that I'm like traveling and carrying something or doing something that I'm like, oh, I might lose a finger if I don't do something.
All right. Let's start. I don't know. I feel ready for today. Jay Money, you've been here a long time. You haven't had a chance to say much.
What's up, man? I'm just letting y'all hash it out. You know what I'm saying? This is healthy, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Y'all getting places. You know what I'm saying?
And compared to what Rose said, all resolutions aside, there is progress being made. I think she wanted to play that little I'm not around because they're just looping and there's no resolutions. Yeah, she's got her own skeletons out here.
The thing is, resolutions are available. We don't have to be so damn disagreeable with each other.
Right, but if we stay in denial, I mean, that's why I say people should just bring the receipts.
Well, actually, what I'm suggesting is let's be present, right? Be here, be with love. We can be with each other without a fight.
Now go back and watch how you were talking to Margot and tell me you're present with love and not bitter. And
right, fair enough, you're right.
And don't let lip smacking foreign ass dumbass Trek sit up here and narrate people's intentions. You could have just asked Margot why this or why that. Trek, you're always off in one way or another.
We don't have to be beating each other up. We can
holding people accountable.
We can be more encouraging, especially with kindness.
Do you remember when you said that chat wasn't true when I said I'm tired of making you so much money?
Did I minimize something you said?
No, you said, bro, check your facts. That's not true. Most of the super chats you get are people trying to respond to something I say.
Okay.
And
all right.
Despite Trek's flip-flop, you were going to make close to $50 just for having me up.
Well, okay.
And, me and Paul and Slave doing each other that one day even got you a bunch of donos. Partially on the Planiverse viewers too, like it's retarded.
Okay, you know what? I'm reasonable, and you do when you present your case. I can often find agreement with you, but I wish you could do the same with me more often too.
I tell you when I agree. I tell you why I disagree.
But there's times where you find disagreement without even considering the benefit of agreement.
If you would leave me up to finish the conversation, I'll show you exactly where the point is, where I'm like, that's where we part ways in the agreements.
I wish it was that clear, but often what happens is one of us, if not both of us, will start getting into our loops, and then we get angry, and then we get off topic.
You have to keep me up here to finish the thing.
You don't allow any resolve.
You have to keep me up here.
Not if you're disagreeable.
When I show you that point in the fork in the road where we part disagreements, that's what you're saying is no resolve.
Right. Well, here's
that
the thing.
means you're not acknowledging it, or you're disregarding that is my take and why we disagree.
Not every disagreement is valid. Not every disagreement needs to be argued. Okay?
No, well, not every disagreement means you have to throw me out and be mad about it. Because you have spent a lot of your channel time acting like you have to get everybody to agree with you.
No, I don't. That's just the thing. I'm inviting. And actually, I'm ready to start wrapping up.
And in my final words, just the thing is, I show you how you say things all the time that relieve you of your mission. You said something earlier in the stream today that goes, hey, if that's what you believe, why end wars?
Why would we not try to end wars?
Well, you can't, because wars are a result of other things.
Yeah. They're the results of the demonic.
No, that's your pulling a thing out of the air.
The Luciferian.
No.
The fallen angels that started the wars, the battles.
They taught us how to make weapons, but God supported armies in wars.
Well, sure, but the godly way was shown through the Christ. Christ taught repentance, forgiveness, mercy, compassion.
Tell your quote, get a sword.
Walk the walk.
I do. What, you see me? You've been surveillancing me when I'm not online?
Just when you're online with me.
You know what feels better than anything you've ever said to me, Jack? It's a fucking fentanyl addict around a fire saying, dude, you totally changed my outlook on the whole Bible thing.
You know what? That is cool. God bless you for being that.
Piece of shit, but yeah, maybe I planted a seed. Maybe somebody will finish it off.
That's it. That's what we're doing. We're planting seeds with each other. And the thing is, if we're kinder, the seeds have a better chance of settling.
Do you think you're kind?
I try to be. I really do.
We all do. So how about not flexing like we're not and you are? It's almost like you think you're.
You know what? Brother. Admittedly, Tom, I recognize I could do better. But the reality is, just like with you, the world's been pretty fucking cruel in many ways. And so maybe it's tough for me to be a little kind when I've received a lot of cruelty from you, Marco.
The world's been cruel to me.
What's that?
Are you saying I'm cruel or the world's been cruel to me?
Well, you are a part of the world, the cruel world I've experienced.
Are you a victim? Because everything you call me cruel is me either showing you what you're doing. Like, I'm not making stuff up about you.
That's what Margot says. That's what Snafu says. That's what all these people say.
I'll give you a snafu. Sometimes Margot can play some flow state-ish cards. Like after Flow State got called out by Andrew Wilson on the prove that you're not thing. I remember Margot's dropped a few prove that you're nots on you before. But that's why people think you guys were fucking, because you got that thing. That caddy thing. That's why people thought me and DJM were fucking. Just drives me fucking nuts.
You guys are interesting.
Jack, if you can sit through things I'll post in the future, I mean, some might say it's quite the harsh, like, oh, we forgot about this, or oh, I didn't realize this happened this many times. But if you can stick through it, you might learn about yourself.
I appreciate that. And here, Trixie, her and I have talked offline, and she's probably had more conversations with me recently than most others have. And Tom, I get a bit snarly, and you can be really snarly, but I do have one for you.
That's what made me a lone entity handling daddies and mushrooms and all these guys. But Trexie's problem is she's taking you at too much face value. Because like that thing you constantly go back to of we're all just crazy people that won't leave you alone, and she just, at least they're tenacious, at least they're consistent. Like, no, it's not true. Like, actually, Jack, you were quite the tag along, quite the needy co-creator for a long time.
Tom, I've played a lot of roles online and offline.
Do you see how overall you've settled into a illusion of power mod god situation that you try not to stray from?
I understand how that narrative could be supported, but
it's how the narrative sit. Like the thing I wanted you to bring me back up the other night, because a new Panelverse 101 rule is pay attention to people that will backstage someone and get the last word and not let them respond. And you'll understand a thing.
Sometimes it's easier just to listen to people and accept what they say as what they mean. Because, Tom, you've tested my patience, but you've also been... There's a reason our paths crossed. All of us.
You need to understand what dwindles your patience. It's not because I'm making stuff up.
No, it's because you interrupt, and I judge rude people. That was something I realized the other day. I got a problem.
The times I interrupt you is because I see you just going back to your response of, so you say, do you believe the thing you just said?
Literally, in just this...
Your patience gets short with me because I get you and I try and tell you things about you.
Literally, in just this moment, I'm trying to share a new humbling observation I found of myself, and you interrupted me, presuming...
How often does your daddy interrupt you and you just let it go?
Far too often. I'm really trying to figure out how do I get people to stop interrupting me.
I don't think the issue is you getting interrupted. I think the issue is a bias on when you're going to take a stand against it or not.
Okay, fair. I admit sometimes it's one way for one and a different way for another, but there is a method within my madness. There's usually a reason. And if people will ask me to explain myself, I'm happy to offer my explanation if I'm wrong.
Until you're not.
Well, this is what I've learned. This is what I'm trying to say, is that I have learned so many ways to fail.
And deflect. And avoid and obfuscate, yeah.
Well, that's you. I've learned I've learned from watching you.
No. What is this, that 80s drug commercial? I learned it from watching you. Well, whenever I get a drug test, I say that's good because I know how to do all of them. I could show you how to do it. But no, Jack, I don't deflect. Maybe there's times in the moment I have, but it's not my thing. I stand on my foot.
I bet you don't realize how often you do it.
I bet you don't realize that you just say things and can never cite or back it up.
Are you sure? Because I
told you it's not about some elaborate editing thing. You could just screen record it and show us.
I've never figured out how to do that. I'm not sure.
You don't know how to screen record? It's literally on every phone.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I have not looked it up. I don't
It's
know.
how those prostitutes remember to block your number.
That's how they did
Hey-o.
it. That's how they did it. All right. And there he goes. Holy cows. It looked like J Money bounced out too. Margot, thank you. Are you there? All right. Well, that's fascinating. I think Margot's gone as well. Just a very smooth flow into completion. Isn't that perfect? Isn't that perfect how things just wrap up and they come together just so fluidly, just so perfectly? Hey, we got one of the guests returning. Let me bring him back. Jay Money.
Yo,
What
what's
is
up,
it?
Jack? My internet messed up. Yeah, I had to
No.
refresh.
Hey, no worries, man. I'm actually ready to start wrapping up. I know you didn't get to
Nah,
say much.
it's all good, man. I'm happy to see you and Tommy, you know, in a more peaceful note. That's really what it was. I was about to peace out anyway. Once I saw y'all smiling, I was like, okay, I got what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So now I can, fall back. Y'all gentlemen, have a good night. Well, you too, Margot. I just saw you popped up. I'm just, saying my goodbyes. I'll see y'all next time.
Good to
Much
see
love.
you.
Thank you.
Take care.
And yes, Margot, how are you?
I'm
Thank
I'm
you.
good. I'm good. I'm doing a lot of research for the University of Arizona. That makes me happy. It's
Very
fun. It's
good.
what I love to. Yeah. Um, you have never, ever, ever said that you were a rapist. And I've been around since day one, and you've never said you were a rapist. And I will back you up 100% on that forever.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
have said often that I've been misunderstood. I've said often that I've been falsely accused. Said repeatedly that because I've been misunderstood and falsely accused, I've also been misrepresented. That's resulted in me getting punished, uh, becoming hurt, assaulted, robbed. All sorts of things have happened to me. And despite what people think, no, I really wasn't hoping to invite that.
But let
Really,
me ask you this. Don't you think that kind of comes with being a public figure, which is what you are?
Margot, I went this route because I'd lost everything else and was rejected by everyone else. And you were a part of that. You were a part of the rejecting and the laughing at me, kicking me while I was losing everything. So I actually went online, publicly to actually try and get attention to what was happening in my private life because it felt unfair. I'm a man who served the military, honorable discharge, 2 voluntary enlistments. I got titled and identified as 30% disabled. So I sacrificed my body in the military service, got the title of disabled veteran. No one gave a shit about that. Served the public for over 2 decades in my adult life, right? Caring about the sanctity of the male, trying to lead and help ensure we had a safe workplace.
That
And
does not
nobody
go unrecognized. That does not go unrecognized.
Are you kidding me?
Your postal
Who
friends still say
recognized that?
your
Who?
postal people say that you were an amazing employee, and
Oh,
they did, Jack. They say that until they felt you changed.
right.
And
They changed their minds. And then all of a sudden, Jack was a worthless piece of shit who couldn't get his foot back in the door, and nobody would would give him any support to have a conversation. So, yeah, you're proving my case, Margot. They changed their minds. Jack was a good man, but they didn't treat me like a good man, did they?
They didn't. No, they didn't treat you like a good man. They treated you differently because they saw you differently.
Right. And they stopped interacting with me, right? They stopped actually talking to Jack as a man, as a friend. They started just, you and others, dude, you were up on your high horse, just laughing and treating me like shit. And I was like, why? What are you guys gaining? Why won't you stop? Why won't you see the good in me? I was asking that, Margot. So it's fascinating. I mean, praise God, the truth, that which was hidden shall not remain hidden. All that was hidden shall be revealed. This is the time of revelation that the prophecies were predicting, and we are that tool. I know God's doing something with me, Margot.
Good. Me too.
Well, if we stop wasting our times trying to diminish each other, we could help each other grow and succeed in greater ways. And seriously, if anyone wants to help me achieve these goals, no, it's never been done before. Yeah, it's different than what others are doing. It doesn't mean it's not worth a try. I mean, I was thinking about it earlier today. You know Code Pink, right, Margot? You know of the organization in there. Yeah.
Yes.
And they do a great job. That young Miss Medea Benjamin, her and the others, they're so brave and courageous. They're always in the faces asking these questions, and they always do it from a place of calm. They don't cross the lines from what I've seen. You know? So I want to take what they're doing, asking these congressmen and women the tough questions, rather than doing it in the hallway. Let's do it on the halls of Congress, right? Capitol Hill. Let's get an opportunity for people who give a shit to ask these people some questions and get some real answers. Because if we get the people in Senate and Congress to look at what's happening with the executive branch and the judicial branch, I believe we have the numbers there as far as people go. So it seems to me that's the most logical path for us to go. I've been aimed at Donald Trump, but truly, maybe it's easier. That was my first plan anyway. My first plan was to try and find some friendly senators who might allow a voice of the people to be heard.
You know, living in Arizona, we see a lot of Gabby Gifford and Mark Kelly because they're from here. And Mark Kelly represents Arizona. He seems pretty accessible and finds a lot of issue with President Trump. So that might be someone that I know I reached out. I sent him an email months ago, but he might be a good contact. Seems like a good guy.
So is Dominic Talcott. So is many people at the Postal Service, the American Postal Workers Union. Lots of good people there too that I know of. Lots of good people could be willing to try. There's actually a lot of hope. I mean, I'm seeing some people who appear to be decent people running for office, running for different positions and offices. We're going through a change. This is the change. This is the time of the great change. And if we put our faith in God, sincerely.
I'm going to let you wrap up. You've been on for a long time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a good night, Jack.
You as well, Margot. Appreciate you joining. Appreciate you recognizing as well, reading me. It is starting to drain a little bit, but the idea is truly faith in God. Faith in God, faith in love. If you find a faith in love, a faith in God, then you walk with a greater peace in your heart because you realize With faith, with love, you start to identify what things you can control, what things you can't control, the things that you want in your life, the things you don't want. But the fear, right? The narrow-minded fear, the programming and conditioning of limitations, the patterns of arguments, we get all reactive. We lose sight, right? This system of control, each of us is a tool, is a piece. We're all parts of the bigger picture in the society, the economy, in everything. We are each pieces of history right here and now. So if we unite together, we can overcome these systems that have been controlling each of us, especially if we work on each of us. Each of us works on ourselves. Breaking free from the outside ways of control, because again, this seems so obvious once you think about it. Any system becomes controlling when it replaces your pause, your reflection. Because if you pause, if you retain that self-control, that method of governance of yourself, you become the master of you when you pause, when you reflect, when you consider, when you imagine and empathize, right? Feeling with compassion, feeling with love. I do feel maybe it is time. Start wrapping it up. Brothers and sisters, sincerely, thank you again for joining. The idea of live without fear, it's simple, it's pure, it's wholesome. Recognize that the only thing that separates you from the divinity, you from the holiness, is the impurity that you might allow. But the impurity within you, if you don't carry it and you don't let it become you, it can come and it can go, right? You don't have to let it linger. You don't have to let the cruel thoughts, the negative thoughts, the patterns of repetition, break free from those to discover your greater vision. I'm going to wrap it up there. Sincerely, I hope this is coming through, because the truth is, this is our time to live, and the future is waiting. It's waiting to be lived, to be created, to be enjoyed. Choose the choices that excite you and give your heart comfort. And until next time, return again and see what happens then. Choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Thank you again, and God bless us all.